Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we look at Tucker Carlson's issue, which is causing a lot of talk on social media. The recent sighting of Tucker Carlson, who is the former Fox News anchor in Moscow, has ignited widespread conjecture about the motive behind his visit to the Russian capital. Now, these talks came after Carlson was seen in Moscow on the 1st of February, with reports of him attending a performance at the Bolshoi Theater, as per the Russian publication Mash. Now, a lot of people have been wondering what he's doing there, making the reason behind the broadcasting trip to Moscow a topic of intense curiosity, particularly regarding the possibility of him conducting an interview with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Could this be the reason why he's there, or maybe he has been finally given his own show? Check out these TikTok reactions over the same issue. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share your comments at the end of the video.
On today's episode of Tell Me Asset Without Telling Me, we have none other than Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson, who has been spewing propaganda talking points and has said, I don't really care what happens, and who has been on television many, many times, especially since, being ousted from Fox News. He's been on Ruski Первый Kanal quite a bit, is now currently in. On February 1st, he and his crew were spotted in Istanbul airport getting on a flight to Moscow. And then he was spotted at Bolshoi Theater taking in a ballet. Just a little culture for his soul. Interestingly, he has tried to keep his visit quiet, hasn't really announced it. So what could he be doing there? Well, there's speculation that he may be there for an interview with Putin, or perhaps he's finally getting his own show on Ruski Первый Kanal. What a joke.
So just because I live in Moscow doesn't mean I know why Tucker Carlson's here in Moscow. But here's what I do personally know. I can never go back to the United States of America. I haven't broken a law. I'm not a criminal. I'm not wanted. But I have embarrassed the feds. Not once, but twice, the FBI attempted to entrap me, and I recorded them. Now, maybe their supervisors know, maybe their supervisors don't know, but do you think that they will actually suffer the consequences of attempting to entrap me, violating my constitutional rights, violating several laws? Of course not. They'll go on to retirement. Meanwhile, I will never see my mother again. Children that I grew up with, friends for life, I will never see them again. But here is something that I've learned living. I don't want to go home. This is home now. I've had more opportunities in the 6 months of living than I did my entire life living in America. There is no dream in America. I do not dream of America. My only dream is here. Citizenship. I'm going to stay right here in this country that I love. And I will continue daily to work against the corruption of the United States government. I will continue to work to show you that civilians are being targeted by weapons that are being supplied by that corrupt government, the government of the United States of America.
This right here is National Security Advisor John Bolton, and allegedly he's telling Biden to drop right on Iran. You have no idea the destruction that would cause. And yes, Tucker Carlson is literally already in the theater getting ready to interview Putin. I don't know which one is worse for America. Here is Putin literally ignoring and refusing to shake Netanyahu's hand. What do you know? If you don't know by now, Putin has been calling out the evil American leader since 2016 and well before that. So I have a feeling this interview is going to shake America. Members of Congress are already calling Tucker a traitor. Back to John Bolton and these guys trying to stir up trouble. Watch what Blinken says.
Would say, and this is a really important point, is what you saw on Friday night was just the first round. There will be additional response actions taken by the administration against the IRGC and these groups that they're backing.
And if you don't know, he's talking about how we just the crap out of Yemen yesterday. Yes, again. So why do we keep coming? And as we head further and further to the end, and with the uprising of the farmers in Germany and France and all these places, we're now having food shortages. This was in Belgium. The first horse of Revelations, horse of conquest, leading to the second horse, the red horse, horse of war, leading to the third horse, the horse of inflation and famine. This is what you have to look forward to. Our blessed hope is in one God, but Satan's greatest weapon is man's ignorance of the word of God. So, this will be the reason people are destroyed, because they don't know everything that we are seeing has been written down thousands of years ago.
So, Tucker Carlson is in it. And all I have seen on X and Facebook and TikTok is how Tucker Carlson is a traitor because he is taking advantage of an opportunity to interview a world leader. They're pushing that propaganda because they know that Tucker Carlson has more views on social media than a lot of your mainstream media outlets have combined. They know he can't be controlled, and they know that Putin knows things that our media doesn't tell us. He's going to expose a lot of things to Tucker Carlson, and there's nothing that the media can do in the United States to stop it.
Now, it appears Tucker Carlson is going against the wishes of the US federal government and has just arrived in Moscow to allegedly interview Vladimir Putin. People are going crazy over this rumor. Rumors are swirling that the former Fox News host will be the first Western media personality to meet the Russian president since the start of the war in Ukraine. Now, Tucker Carlson has been spotted hanging out in Moscow over the weekend. The Russian Telegram channel MASH reported, igniting speculation that the former Fox News host was visiting the Russian capital for an interview with the country's president Vladimir Putin. Carlson, who maintains close ties to former President Donald Trump and has been rumored as a possible VP pick, arrived in Moscow on Thursday and was photographed at the famed Bolshoi Theater, where he is reportedly attended the ballet Spartacus. Already on Sunday, the news was generating buzz among US politicians. Georgia Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, who has been featured on Russian state TV due to the generally pro-Russia line she has taken following Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February of 2022, wrote on X, formerly known as Twitter, that Democrats and their propagandists in the media sparkling at the prospect of Tucker Carlson interviewing Putin. They feel entitled to the position of gatekeeper and believe they're the ones who tell you what to think and believe. Green added, "We have a free press in this country, and it's people like Tucker Carlson who we depend on to speak the truth." Now, the former representative Adam Kinzinger, whom Carlson frequently derided on his Fox News show, responded to the news on X, calling Carlson a traitor. Kinzinger has previously described Carlson's show as completely evil and full of Russian propaganda. While Carlson's reasons for traveling to Moscow are not immediately clear, the news host has long been a vocal defender of Putin's authoritarian regime. He consistently came to the Russian president's defense following the invasion of Ukraine, after which he became one of the most high-profile critics of US involvement in the war. He has called the president and said all sorts of things and described Ukraine as a pure clan state of the United States State Department. Now, his consistently pro-Putin anti-Ukraine rhetoric earned him a prominent spot on Russian state TV, which frequently features his commentary. Now, in 2022, when Carlson still had his Fox News primetime slot, Mother Jones magazine reported on a memo that Kremlin sent to Russian state news outlets asking them to use as much as possible fragments of broadcasts of the popular Fox News host Tucker Carlson. Now, when Carlson was fired from Fox News in April of 2023, Russian news outlets leaped to his defense with headlines like "Carlson fired over fearless Ukraine reporting," the Washington Post reported at the time. Last September, Russia's top state news channel began advertising a news show with Carlson as the host. Now, Carlson denied any knowledge of the program, calling it more Russia related. "I've never heard of this or the channel," he told the Financial Times. "Of course, I'm not hosting a show on Russian television. That's absurd." That same month, Carlson indicated his interest in interviewing Putin, telling the Swiss magazine that the US government had prevented him from doing so. "Nobody defended me," Carlson said at the time. "I don't think there was anybody in the news media who said, wait a second, I may not like this guy, but he has a right to interview anyone he wants, and we have a right to hear what Putin says." Now, the first rumors about a potential interview with Putin first surfaced in the summer as Arthur Shan State Television ran adverts of Carlson saying Arthur Shah, the high-profile American presenter, is moving to another level. Now, Arthur Shah, One Channel anchor, pleaded with Carlson to come join them after his abrupt departure from Fox News. While Putin's press secretary said in September that the time will come for a Western media interview with Arthur Shan president, he added whether Carlson will be among those who will be considered for an interview. Well, let's wait and see. Now, Bill Kristol, former chief of staff to the vice president of the United States in the Reagan administration, suggested that Carlson be temporarily banned from re-entering the US. Perhaps we need a total and complete shutdown of Tucker Carlson re-entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what's going on, he said. Now, earlier Carlson revealed in a personal interview how he previously planned on interviewing Putin until he found out the US government was spying on him. The NSA broke into my Signal account, which I didn't know they could do. I got a call from somebody in Washington. This person said, "Are you gonna come to Washington anytime soon?" "Yeah, actually I'm gonna be up in a week. Meet me Sunday morning," remarked Tucker. Now, Carlson further added that no one in his close circles knew about his trip to meet the Arthur Shan leader, including his wife. So I go, and this person's like, "Are you planning a trip to go see Putin?" And I was like, "How would you know that? I haven't told anybody. I mean, not my brother, not my wife, nobody. How would you know that?" He raised a question during the interview and concluded with a conspiracy theory that because NSA pulled your text with this other person, you were texting. Now, this clearly shows that this was something private. He didn't want anybody to know about it. So it was more like a secret. But what do you, my viewers, have to say about this rumor? Kindly share your views in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video.